We offer a variety of parenting programs that are free to anyone that wants to sign up. And it really is about education and learning how we can do better.
I decided to join to try to make a difference in life. And I'm making it.
Nobody is immune to having relationship problems. Nobody's immune to having anger issues. Nobody's immune to substance abuse.
I don't miss a visit with my kid. She's still adjusting, I'm still adjusting, but that's my heart right there.
And when you become a better person, you can't help but become a better parent.
I was a mess, man. I couldn't make no bottles. I didn't know how to burp him. I was a wreck. I didn't know how to change a diaper or anything. One time I put a diaper on backwards, but now I know how to be a better father.
Why do you do it?
For her.
Many of our parents come to us with some hesitation. And then over time, as they're coming back, they realize that this is a nurturing, supporting environment.
Some of the simple life lessons that a lot of us take for granted that we grew up with, not everybody has had that.
At the Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse, we have two sides to our house. One side is a source for education, abuse prevention, and supports for parents. On the other side of the house, our Child Advocacy Center works with CPS and law enforcement to record a child's disclosure of abuse and enhances prosecution of offenders.
The CAC was the first in the state of New York where all under one roof, law enforcement and advocates for children could help a child or help an individual who was being abused find justice, get the help that they need, and ultimately do it in a way that wasn't going to further the trauma the child already lived through.
One of the distinct advantages of this center was that Child Protective Services and law enforcement, which have two separate objectives, one family court, one county court, would join together and conduct joint investigations. You want to make sure that that statement is going to be consistent with how the victim testified and be subject to unnecessary cross-examination.
Recently, we had a 6-year-old girl come through our center. She received a personal safety lesson in her school from our other staff, and she understood after that time that what was happening to her was not okay and that she was being abused. In order for her to tell her story, that had to be the bravest thing that any girl ever has to do.
And by empowering the child, we not only can prevent and respond to incidents of abuse now, but we're likely to prevent abuse in the future and create young people that are much more sensitive and understanding that an abusive relationship is just unacceptable.
I think from the beginning, Rose committed to making sure that she gave Macy a childhood that she never had. And you could just tell it in her face that she wanted better for this little girl.
I mean, honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I've watched kids before, worked in daycares, but at the end of the day, they go home, so I don't really have that full experience. But now I do, and it's pretty amazing. I have a hard time with a lot of things, but that's only because I don't trust a lot of people, and I don't have a lot of confidence in myself whether or not I can do things.
Which is something else that we're focusing on with Sarah. We do a lot of self-esteem and confidence boosters and looking at the positive and the things that we're doing right.
We believe in her, and sometimes it's just getting Rose to believe that she can do right. That she can keep Macy safe, that she can keep herself safe.
I try to keep her safe and not to experience what I experienced as a child, or as I experience now. Try to keep her to avoid those situations.
Are you gonna be there for her?
She knows I'm always there for her. She's gonna know that.
Funding from the government very infrequently increases, and that means that we have to reduce the number of children that we're able to serve. So in 2017, our personal safety program was able to reach over 15,000 students in Dutchess and Ulster County. Last year, we provided personal safety program education to just over 13,000 students. That is 2,000 students that did not get a lesson in personal safety. So of those 2,000 students, 1 in 10 of them will be sexually abused before their 18th birthday, which means that there are potentially 200 students who are being abused or will be abused that didn't receive this life-saving message.
It's a cycle that tends to repeat itself. And if they don't know about us, if they don't know we're here, they don't know where to go.
We all interact in the community, we all participate. Nobody can opt out, of being in our community. What affects one person will inevitably affect everybody.
Being a good and decent parent can change one's life once they understand how invaluable that relationship is and how the love of a child shouldn't be taken advantage of, but can be entirely empowering. And the CPCA allows us as a community and these as individuals to address what could otherwise become a cycle of violence.
Just as anybody can become a father, anybody can also, become a great dad if they're willing to put a little work in it and if they have access to the information, to the tools that we provide.
It's more than just a parenting class. It's really a rebuilding of that parent so that they can form a meaningful relationship with their child.
I'm expecting a baby in less than a month. I'm gonna keep him safe. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna continue parenting. I'm gonna parent him the right way, not how I was brought up. Because I don't wanna put my kids through what I went through. Without the CPCA, I would've probably broke down and never made it out here as a mom. Right? That's when mommy's doing it. She's making it out here in life.
The future is going to be as one. That's what the future is going to be like. Raising him.